Alright guys, I'm going to do something I've seen on YouTube. Sorry about my son, he's going crazy over here. But I'm going to add some silicone carbide to the front grip here, up to about where the 1911 grip ends. I'm also going to tape off my beaver tail and apply it to the mainspring housing retainer thing here that has serrations on it already. And then I'm going to also sand this down with 220, just the grips. I'll probably start with these and apply it to this. Should make the gun a lot more, have a lot more grip. It won't move out of my hand. You got to be very careful when you're doing this. You want to make sure you mask off everything where you don't want the epoxy to go. You don't have to worry so much about the silicone carbide because it will just fall out and won't be a problem as long as it doesn't touch the epoxy. If it touches the epoxy, it's stuck forever. So prep is everything on this, just like anything else. Make sure you prep it really good. YouTube will not let you do tutorials, so I'm just showing you what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to turn the camera off and do it, and then I will turn it back on and you can see it from there. Alright guys, so here it is complete. A few learning curves. Obviously make sure you mix enough epoxy before you start, because once you start you can't stop until you're done, and I learned that the hard way, unfortunately. This thing is clear, obviously. I said I was not going to show you because YouTube gets mad when you make tutorials, but I did the front strap here. I decided not to do it because I didn't want to make a mess on the back checkering. It's still not quite dry. I'm too impatient to let it dry all the way, so I'm not going to handle it yet. I just wanted to show you guys how it's done. Basically all I did was sanded it with 220. I took the straps off, sanded both of those with 220, gave them a rough surface. Gosh dang it. And then I taped everything off where I didn't want the media to fall into. And then I did the front strap. Basically you just take a foam brush with your 2-part clear epoxy and you just spread it on there, and then I just took this. I stole this from my dad. It's Polyplastics Silicone Carbide 6090 grit. It's the first step for when you're polishing rocks. My dad polishes rocks. I took this from him, and I just put this in a Tupperware, and then I just held the gun up, just the frame, I didn't have the slide on it, and just sprinkled it on there, and then just knocked it off and just did that a couple times. And then same thing obviously with the side panels, and then just reassembled. I'm just gonna let this dry. It's probably safe enough to touch now, and I can tell it's got a lot of bite to it. This feels like sandpaper basically, so it should be really nice. There's not much recoil on this 9mm 1911. Probably should have told you it's an STI Spartan 1911 chambered in 9mm. It's 5-inch barrel with target sights, fiber optic on the front. Pretty sweet gun, so should be really good to stay on target. There's a few little mishaps, like you can see I didn't get all the way right here, and I did on this side. No big deal, I don't care. It's gonna wear a little bit. There are other videos, I'll try and link them in the description, from the people who actually did tutorials on this. I don't want to because YouTube will flag you for doing that. It violates their policy, so I've just decided to just show the before and after while explaining it, not actually doing it. It's when you actually show yourself sanding it and, like, not necessarily manipulating firearms, but working on them, that they will flag your channel and you pretty much go to YouTube jail. But I will tag those videos in the description where those guys show you how to do it. But like I said, it's really simple. It's just a 2-part clear epoxy. Sand your surfaces, clean them with alcohol, sprinkle this media on there. There's all kinds of this on YouTube, or I mean on Amazon, that you can get, and then just let it dry and then reassemble. Really simple. I think the entire time it took me to build this whole thing, well, disassemble and then clean and all that, was probably 30 minutes. Really, really fast, simple project that adds a lot of bite to your pistol when you actually grab onto it. Anyways, just wanted to throw this on there, just a quick little side project on the weekend, just to make sure I'm getting a video uploaded. If you guys have any suggestions or comments, please leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.